So I'll start off this video with a free public service announcement. Watch out for potholes. Kaputski. Lucky I managed to find a full set of these standard GTI wheels on Marketplace for 75 bucks. They were pretty trash, but I just got this one repainted. We're ready to rock again. Always wash your car before you work on it. Anyway, so when I first bought this car, one of the things that I knew was wrong with it straight from the bat when I bought it was on the right hand rear it has a split drive shaft boot. Now before I leave it too long and it runs out of grease and stuffs the CV, I'm finally gonna stop being lazy and actually pull it out and get it repaired. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm not looking forward to it because I have a feeling it's gonna be a massive pain in the ass. Now as you can see, this is a split boot, so driver's side rear outer. So I want to attack it before it stuffs the actual shaft. Now, the reason I think this is going to be a massive pain in the ass is because I don't think that shaft is going to compress enough that I can pull the spline out of the hub and then just pop it out. I think I'm going to have to undo a lot of other things. See, with the Safiro, you can get it out without undoing anything else. But this, I'm just guessing, but we're about to find out. Here we go, the moment of truth. Can we get this out without pulling other shit apart? Doesn't look like it. So close. If this end compressed more, I'd be able to pop it out. But it's not gonna happen. No, that's as far as it's gonna go. And there's no way from the other end either. God damn it. Alright. Well, I can smell someone cooking really nice food around here, so food break, do some dinner, and then come back to it. So I've let the EVO sit for a few days while I ponder about how not to waste my time pulling crap off that I don't need to. And the conclusion I've come to is, I'm gonna pull this top arm out, and just this end link, and hopefully the top of it will just drop forward and I can slide the shaft out. Wish me luck. Mother. What a mission. No, actually it wasn't that bad. So what I had to do in the end was upper control arm off, whatever you want to call this arm off, caliper off so you could pull without stretching the brake line, and it popped out finally. Now to get the boot redone. And this is the reason why I've pulled this shaft out. Still feels alright, it's not noisy or anything, so hopefully we can just re-grease it and reboot it and put it back in. So fast forward 2 days later, of course, it was a bit of a head fuck to get this boot done. So first I matched one up at Repco, as you can't just walk into any parts store and they've got an EVO drive shaft boot on the shelf. So I matched one up, took it back to work, went to put it on, and it was slightly too big, and you can't really crush these up to fit snug. So I thought I'll just grab a universal one. Grabbed a universal one. This side was fine because you just chop it to fit, but this side was too big. So in the end I just gave up. I took it to a drive shaft joint. They charged me an arm and a leg just to put a boot on it that took 5 seconds. But now it's done, so I can finally put this back in and not have to worry about stuffing this shaft every time I drive it. And there we have it, one repaired drive shaft boot. You bloody beauty. Now on to something else that I've really needed to do to the EVO since buying it was, as I mentioned in a previous video, all these floor molds on all the doors are stuffed. As you can see, they're all cracked and they're starting to go white. This one's probably the worst one. And they're like rock hard. They're supposed to be soft rubber. So I have here 4 brand new Mitsubishi genuine door molds. I went to get these from the dealer, and even at trade price, these were, from memory, $330. I ended up ordering these through a site called Amayama. Now Amayama is a website that has all of the dealer parts systems, or Japanese cars anyway, so Toyota, Mitsubishi, Mazda, Nissan, all that crap. And you can just order straight from them. So you cut out the Australian dealer and you're buying straight from Japan, direct from them. So these were $330 from a dealer here, trade price, and these from Japan were $200 delivered for all 4. So massive saving. So I'll quickly pop these on and see the big difference that this will make. Now these rear ones, I'm assuming just this little Phillips head on the end, and they should slide off, I'm hoping. I'm assuming they slide. Very confused here. Alright, so after a bit of stuffing around, I found you have to slide it to a certain point and then they lift. That's what these little indentation sections are. But I pretty much destroyed them getting them out. So now we can pop the new ones in. What a difference. You probably can't tell through the camera, and you don't see this car every day like I do, so all these little things make the biggest difference to me. There's no better feeling than just buying genuine brand new parts, pulling them out of the packet and bolting them on. Now another thing I've needed to fix on the EVO since buying it that I've been putting off is this. So it has one cigarette burn on the back seat. Now the problem was, no trimmer I spoke to could match this material. And they all wanted to pretty much retrim the whole seat, which was just ridiculous, just for one panel, because it wouldn't match. And believe it or not, a subscriber from New Zealand messaged me saying he bought a base of a back seat because he needed this material to repair his front seat. And he said if I just paid the postage, he would unpick this panel and send it to me for nothing. And it came. And it matches perfect. So now, thank you very much to that person. I can take this to the trimmer and he can replace just this panel with genuine material and it will match perfectly. So after Christmas, I'll get that done because everything's starting to shut now, unfortunately. Now on the topic of back seats still, you'll remember a couple of videos ago, I removed the rear seat from the VN to take to the trimmers to try and get the material to sit better, as on, you know, VN, VP, VR, VS, that sort of shape, the rear seats, the material goes real loose. And what we had to end up doing, it's fixed now and it looks amazing, like this is all tight, is he re-foamed the whole back seat, as pulling the material tighter didn't really fix it. It was still really saggy. So yeah, he went ahead and re-foamed the whole thing, which took a while. So that's why I'm only putting it back in now. But wow, what a difference. So not saggy anymore like one of my mate's asses. And there was a couple of holes here where the stitching had come undone, so those got re-stitched at the same time. So I can finally put the back seat back in this thing. A pain in the ass, back seats up. Got to get them up and over the big hooks that they sit on. Missed one. There we go. Again, it's hard to portray these little differences through, you know, your TV, your laptop, your phone, however you're watching this. As to most people, it probably looks like I'm just making this thing look exactly the same. But without seeing all this stuff in person, like, this makes the biggest difference, all these little things. So very happy with how this car's coming along. Now, a few people have been saying, when are you going to start doing engine driveline stuff to the VN? Well, why I haven't done that yet was, one, I wanted to get it registered first. But two, the main thing is, I want to drag race this car. And I don't want to just start piling parts and money into it, not knowing if it's even doing anything. So I don't want to do anything driveline engine wise until I race it as it is. So this Sunday is the last Heathcote for the year. So I'm going to try and end the year with a bang, and I'm going to be racing the VN at Heathcote down a quarter mile as is. So stock LS with a cam, exhaust, headers, converter, stock diff gears, which I think is going to be the biggest letdown for this car, and probably tyres. I'm just running like a shitty 235 on the back, so we'll see how we go. I'm hoping it runs a 12. It should be able to do a 12. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So if anyone wants to head down to Heathcote this Sunday, the 27th of December, if you're in that area, or if you're going there anyway to watch racing, the van will be there. So make sure you're there to see this car probably run a pretty dismal time, but we'll see how we go. So anyway, we'll see you next video, guys, at Heathcote racing the VN.